Good morning, everybody. This is Lisa. Go ahead.
I should be leaving here, so he's almost exhausted.
Hi, everybody. This is Mrs. Potts, and I'm the middle school mentor.
This is Mr. Riekert, the middle school social studies teacher. This is the announcements for the week of March 5th.
Let's kick it off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Boom.
Boom.
All right, it's going to be a quick announcement because we have to pack and get ready for the teacher in-service in Exton on Tuesday, March 6th. Just a reminder that there will be things posted for all of y'all out there in cyber world to complete. So make sure you are logging in on Tuesday. There should be class recordings and some work for you guys to complete. So if you have any questions, please contact your teachers and mentors.
Alrighty, let's talk about clubs. Let's get involved, you guys. This week, the SAD meeting will be on Thursday, March 8th at 3 o'clock, and prom is meeting on Friday, the 9th at 11 a.m. Myself, Mrs. Potts, and Mrs. Riekert will be moderating that meeting, and we will be talking about themes, colors, favors, food, and we want all of you students to get involved so we can get your feedback and get involved.
Lots of stuff going on. Prom was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some field trips. It's almost that time of the year, guys. So we have a lot of field trips coming up, both east and west. First, for the west, we are heading to the Pittsburgh Zoo on April 3rd. We'll be departing the New Florence Center at roughly about 9 a.m., so make sure you're here about 8:30 so we can just get a head count, make sure we collect any loose ends, and we can get you on the bus and get you there before rush hour. The cost is only $7 a person, which is awesome. The zoo has a lot of really great new exhibits, especially the shark tank where you can walk under the tunnel and see all the really sweet sharks. It's now open, so that would be a lot of fun to go visit. Permission slips can be found on the main school webpage. Just click on the April-May field trip button.
For the Easter field trip to the Philadelphia Zoo is scheduled for April 20th. More information will be posted on the main site, so check that out when it's up there.
Yep.
Drum roll, please. Big news on a field trip right here.
Yep.
Our Hershey Park is going to be the final field trip of the year.
It's going to be rocking.
It's going to be the perfect trip to meet, your friends,
Yep.
current teachers.
Both east and west, they are going to be there. It's going to be awesome. It's taking place on Wednesday, May 30th. So we're actually going to have two groups of buses going, so we're going to meet in the middle of the state in Hershey Park. So first for the west, we're going to depart from the New Florence Center no later than 7 a.m.
No later.
So it's going to be an early morning, so make sure you get plenty of rest because it's going to be a long day, and hopefully we'll have some really nice weather for the park. So we will be leaving to come back to New Florence. We'll be back in New Florence at 10:30, otherwise that'd be extremely long day. So we will be back in New Florence at 10:30. If you have any questions, please contact Mrs. Conrad here at the New Florence Center. She sits right there. Her number is 724-371-1390.
From the east, if you're having transportation from there, we will depart from the King of Prussia Mall, and we're going to leave no later than 8:30. And we should be arriving back at the mall around 7:30. That's not so bad. And if you have any questions, please contact Mr. Mills, and he can be reached at 484-615-6200.
Here's the big thing. Tickets to Hershey Park, they have to be paid no later than March 26th because we're able to get them so cheaply because if you order them in advance, it gets you a really great rate so we can get you into the park for a lot cheaper. That leaves you a lot more money in case you want to take a lunch or if you want to buy souvenirs, all that stuff, because let's face it, parks are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So we want to try and save as much money for you guys as possible. So please mail to the New Florence Center, attention Mary Conrad. It's only $29.50 a person for a full day in the park. And this place has some awesome roller coasters. It's a really great park.
So the price to go to the park is $29.50. But if you're going to use a bus for transportation, the prices are going to be on the main homepage where you can find that on the April-May field trip button. But if you do have any questions, please direct them to Mrs. Conrad.
Absolutely, and just make sure that all the checks, they're made payable to the AHCCS Activities Fund, so that way we can cash them. And the cost for transportation, like we said, it's going to vary from date to date. The problem is we need you guys to sign up early. Like I said, we have that March due date. We want to make sure we get you in early because if we have less people going, it's going to jack the price of the bus way up, and especially for tickets and stuff too.
Yeah.
So we want to get your interest out there. We want you guys to go because we're going to be there. We're going to be riding the coasters with you guys. We're going to have an awesome day. So just make sure you let us know as soon as possible. So let's fill those buses and let's let Mrs. Conrad know as soon as possible.
All right. Attention 7th, 8th, and 11th graders. Let's talk about PSSAs really quick. Between March 12th and 23rd, reading and math assessments will be going on. Are you guys ready? Do you think they're ready?
I don't know.
Well, here you go. Here are some tips to prepare for your PSSA testings coming up in the middle of March.
Yes.
Make sure that you get plenty of rest the night before. You don't want to go to a test really tired and your mind's somewhere else. So get plenty of rest. Make sure you eat a big, nice, healthy breakfast in the morning. You don't want to be sitting there taking your test and your stomach's growling.
Yep, big old thing of pancakes.
Yeah. And make sure you wear layers of clothes. Maybe wear a hoodie, because if you're too cold, you can put your hoodie on. If you're too hot, take it off. Make sure you're comfortable. And always do your best.
Yep, make sure you do your best. All right, so here's the PSSA tip of the day. So when you're reading a passage, you're going to look at the passage, because I know you're going to get these books. It's going to look like all this crap, and you're thinking, great, I have to look at all this. So what we want to make sure is you want to look at the title and look at the pictures first, and then in your head try and predict what you think the passage is going to be about. It's a really great tip.
By reading the title and looking at the pictures and making those predictions, it gets your brain ready to read, and it helps you stay more focused for once you are reading the passage.
Try it out, guys. Trust us. We're telling you things because they work,
Yes.
and because we've gone through the test too. We know that it's a really long test. We know that sections can be difficult, but all we're asking for is to put your best foot forward.
Exactly.
So, end of the quarter reminder for March 30th. Now, we had progress reports come out about a week or two ago. Use those progress reports to your advantage. That way you know where you are struggling and where you need to pick it up, so that way we can have great grades for the end of the third quarter. Reminder, that's March 30th.
So you have about a month that if you need to, you can improve your grades, get in contact with any teachers that you need to get any information from in order to improve your grades.
Absolutely.
Also, I want to hear from you. Well, we want to hear from any students or staff members who would like to submit a student, a teacher, a joke, or a quote of the week.
Absolutely.
You can do that by emailing me at lpotts@achievementcharter.com.
Well, like I said, we got to get out of here. We got to pack up and hit the road. So until next week. Thanks, guys.
See ya.